following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Welcome to the show. I can finally say live from the SWBC Mortgage Studio. Nate Newton and I are in studio today. Kurt Daniels live from home. Jesse Holley live from home. Chris Beam live next door in the producer's chair. We are hanging with the boys. Thank you, Wingstop. Thank you, SWBC Mortgage. Fellas, we look very festive, some more festive than others. Jesse, once again, you outdid us. Congratulations. You look great.
Looking good there.
Back in the day, man, just
Thank
ho,
you, man.
ho, ho.
I try to keep. Ho, ho, ho. From the trailer park, baby. Where they at? Let old St. Nick come through. Let old St. Jess come through the trailer park, baby. Leave them cookies out there. I know them thick girls like them cookies, baby. Leave the cookies at the doorstep.
Tonight is a big night for you. Tell us what's going on tonight and what's happening for people that would like to participate and donate to your wonderful cause.
Yeah, there's still time to donate. If you have not, or you forgot, or you were waiting for that other check to come in the mail, there's still time to donate. But tonight we are going shopping. 36 kids. We have 36 kids that we're working with this year. It's going to be phenomenal, man. We have kids from ages 2 years old all the way up to 15. 36 of them. All of these kids are in foster care. They're waiting for placement. So that can take up to a couple months to a couple years. And so, around these times, man, you think about these kids who are in these situations where they, the families that they've taken them in may not have the necessary resources to fully give them what they need. And so Holly's Hand is trying to come in and give a mighty hand. And it just has my name on it, but it has so many other components to it. You guys are coming out to shop tonight. Other volunteers are coming out to help shop tonight. Many of you have donated, and I thank you so much that we are able to do something for 36 children, and there's still time. There's still time. You can
so we can still go out online.
Along my Twitter page.
So we can go to your Twitter page.
Yes, sir.
Fourth and Long.
Yeah, you go to my Twitter page at Mr. Fourth and Long. The link is in the bio, or you can hit me up at HOLLEYSHELPINGHANDS@gmail.com. Holly's Helping Hands @gmail.com. You can hit me up that way. I can send you the link to donate. It's a great cause, man, and we're gonna try to do our very best to help 36 kids have a Christmas of a lifetime.
Jesse, I want to help, and I'm going to your Twitter page, but you tweet so damn much, I can't get through your feed to find the tweet that you.
The link, if you just go, it's a pinned tweet. It's already pinned up there. That's already up there. It's also, the link is in my bio to donate as well. So you don't have to go surfing through. It's pinned up there, right there, boom, and then it's right. The link is in the bio as well.
Okay, that's
Okay. So I'm not good at this, man. But anyway, you keep talking, Jesse. You're good at that.
We'll show you after the show.
Again. We said this yesterday. Nathaniel is anti anything technology.
Okay, Twitter. Okay, so now how do I follow Mr. Fourth and Long? Did I just put a snapshot of your forehead or your dreads or? How do I?
You can do all of that, brother.
Well, man, Jesse, that's a great thing that you do for the kids.
Follow me on Jesse so I can find this and send and show them that I can do things online or whatever this thing called.
Let me do this. So while I'm doing this, Kurt, Jesse, by the way, great thing that you do, man. It's so awesome that you're getting 36 kids to take them shopping tonight. I'll be there. I'm bringing the wife and the kid, even though he's not going to know what's going on. I think what you're doing is amazing. I want to teach him from day one that this is the way that you treat humans. Hats off to you, man. I can't say enough. Thank you for doing what you're doing. This is awesome.
Okay, yeah. So he gonna follow me. And so when I get home to pick up my wife, I'm gonna get a credit card and I'm gonna use this thing, man. I'm gonna use this thing. I'm gonna donate my $10 that I'm making on this show today. I'm giving it up.
Over under, fellas. Over under.
Right.
Over under. Nate hands me the money when he sees me tonight, opposed to him actually going online.
I'm going to do it online. When I get home, my wife's going to be ready.
I was going to say, he ain't doing it. Michelle will do it, but he ain't doing nothing.
Did you follow me on Jesse?
You following Jesse?
I'm following Jesse, Mr. Fourth and Long, man.
Mr. Fourth and Long.
So you got a picture of the dude running you down, catching you? Is that how I know I'm following you?
No, it's my pretty face is on there.
All right. Okay. Let's talk some football, fellas. Kurt, kick it off. Darren Woodson had some harsh words. Where did you find that? When did he say it, and what did he say?
Okay, so it's PayPal.
Nate, wait till after the show, man.
Right. Oh my God!
I'm just asking. I'm sorry. See, this is what happens when you're a dinosaur. I'm sorry. Go ahead on, Kurt. Criticize Darren Woodson for what he said is the truth.
I don't know. Maybe Shannon needs to go around the table there and get Nate set up now.
I get it set up when I get to the crib.
No, I do. All right. Darren Woodson had some pretty interesting words to say to Sports Illustrated. He said one of the things was talking about the Cowboys defense. They're helping up runners, giving love taps on helmets. After the game, sure, it's a brotherhood, but between the lines, where's the animosity? We just don't see any anger in this defense's veins. We see tackling like they're playing flag football. That's why all season they've been gashed. What do you think about that from the Ring of Honor, Darren Woodson?
I mean, if he told a lie, let's start getting it. If he told a lie, let's start getting it.
We can use any word that we want to use.
Oh, man. So, again, this is another, one of the former Cowboys greats speaking out. Is this resonating at all, or are guys paying attention? I think we said before they really don't care that much.
Yeah, and I did a show with Bucky Brooks this morning, Kurt and fellas, and I said, man, okay, where are we at in the draft?
Tar Heel.
And Bucky Brooks looked at me and said, Nate, I've been hearing you. You've been screaming, about this defense. He said, but sorry to tell you, you will be disappointed because this draft does not fit the Cowboy needs. He said the first valuable player that he liked was down at probably 15 or 16, and it was a cornerback, and he's just okay. So he said if you're looking for anything to change, the draft ain't going to be it. So, of course I got kind of quiet on the show, and they told me I had to talk after that, but I was like, wow. So I thought I would present that to you guys. So now I got to go to the Senior Bowl. I got to find a way to get to the scouting combine and find some players to help this Dallas Cowboy defense.
Have y'all succeeded in sucking my hope and the life out of me for this season? Nate is starting the show sucking the hope and the life out in April already when the draft rolls around.
Yes. So 2 weeks before the draft, you can look for this team to start talking about what? Offense.
Jesse, we'll get to Nate in a second because Nate. Go ahead, Jesse.
I may have a solution.
What's that?
No, go ahead. Say what you said.
No, I'm going to change the subject a little bit. You go ahead.
I was saying I may have a solution to your. No, I'm going to give you some hope, Shannon. What they took away, I'm going to try to inject and infuse back into you.
Okay.
And it may be a little bit hypocritical because of what I said the other day about how the Cowboys have to maybe go after someone who's a little bit younger to come in here to be a defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. But I was doing some thinking on the porcelain throne last night.
Boy. Right.
No, it's great thinking. This is some great thinking happens there, Kurt. And to your point, Nate, what Bucky Brooks was saying, like there isn't really any dominant players, what we call dogs.
Yes.
And now you say that, and to what I was thinking last night was, wouldn't it be great to have a coach who came in here who has a history? Now, some of his dogs may have been a little bit off the leash,
Right.
but they were dogs nonetheless.
Right.
He has an eye for dogs. Marvin Lewis as your Cowboys defensive coordinator. Remember, this is the guy who was a part of constructing that early, that 2000, was a part of that 2000 Baltimore Ravens, early 2000s,
Yes.
mid 2000s Baltimore Ravens defense. And he always had a pretty good defense when he was in Cincinnati. When they got to the playoffs, it was never really the defense. It was always the offense couldn't find their ways. So a guy like Marvin Lewis, who, talking about changing the culture, had just spent a couple years down at the college level with Herm Edwards at Arizona State, kind of getting adjusted and learning how to be around these new age players, right? You spend time in college. It's not like the NFL. You try to spend a lot of time around these college athletes. And Marvin has always been really good on and off the field relating to his players. And he spent about the last year and a half, 2 years at Arizona State in the college ranks. So having a guy like that as your defensive coordinator who has a history of finding dogs. I mean, again, some of them may be a little bit off the leash and a little bit, you might they might have to go be laid down afterwards because they're just too crazy. But Marvin Lewis has been one who's been able to find some dogs and may be the dog whisperer that you may need to bring in to help this defense.
Dog whisperer. Jesse, we'll get to Nate in a
Dog
second.
whisperer. I guess.
Going back to when you played.
I guess
Sorry, we got a little bit of a delay here with us being in the studio, so I don't mean to talk over you,
Yeah.
Kurt, but I'm going to anyway. Jesse, back when you played, which wasn't too terribly long ago, have you seen in between the lines, have you seen attitudes? I think I know the answer for Nate, so we'll save him for last. But have you seen the way players treat each other and the buddy and the chummy? Was it like that when you played, or has that changed since the time you got out of the league to now? Because you see it a lot, not just the Cowboys. You see it all across the league.
Yeah, again, that's the new age. That's the new age. Guys are social media friends and buddies, and I think the biggest thing is that how guys train nowadays. With everyone, trying, there's isolated training facilities, so that you see guys in Florida or in California, they're doing their throwing, or they're even right here in Frisco, when all the offensive linemen come to the Star and they're doing their offensive lineman camp. And so there's much more buddy gathering in today's football than it's ever been. But even when I started playing in 2007 and when I ended playing in 2012, it wasn't that whole buddy type thing. It was like I'm literally trying to rip your spleen out for 4 quarters, and then when we're done, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? But once the game starts, it wasn't all this in between the lines. We laughing, we joking, we ha. Nah, it was some trash talking, but it was a lot of I'm trying to humiliate you in front of a stadium full of people every single down.
I love me some Wilbur Marshall. I told y'all.
For you.
Go ahead on. I'm sorry, Kurt. Go ahead on.
No, I was asking you. It's probably even worse in your day, wasn't it?
Because I'm going to tell you a little story I told last night with Larry Brown on Crosstalk with the flagship station. Wilbur Marshall played with my brother at the University of Florida. Great player, outstanding player. Played with that 85 Bears team and went to Washington. And we were not friends, but, hey, I knew him. Mm-hmm. And during the game, they was beating the britches off us, man. And Wilbur was going crazy, crush him, kill him. And he wasn't saying it as nice as I'm saying it. And I looked at my homeboy like, come on, homeboy, y'all up by 30 points. What more do you want? You are the Cowboys. We hate you. We're going to crush you. You don't deserve to be on TV. You stink. He went off. And I'm like, I had to stop. I'm like, hold, dog, you're going to get a delay of game if you don't go back to the other. Because he wanted to tell me how bad we was. And that taught me right then, ain't no friends on this football field. And I will be trying to crush every player from that point. Now, if you my boy after the game, that's fine. But once that whistle blow, ain't no friendship. I ain't looking at you as like, okay, man, I got to make sure Jesse get through the game. No, Jesse finna get hit in his face if he get wrong on me. And I'm quite sure Jesse feeling the same way about me. And it has to be some type of Michael Jordan, let's make up something to get mad so I can be at my competitive best. You always want to be at your best. These players say, I don't want to put on bad film. Guess what they've just done for like 18 games? You put bad film out there. You put very, very bad film out there because you want to be nice and come on. No, I don't even want to discuss it no more. Go ahead on, Kurt. Sorry about the
we won't
delay.
discuss it. Then we'll just go to break. We'll let Nate regroup. We'll let Jesse put the beard back on. And Kurt, you look good in that red shirt. Finally mixed it up. I'm proud of you. Didn't know you had it in the closet.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Let's take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk Cowboys 49ers on Hangin' with the Boys.
Is your family a Cowboys family? Have you taken holiday photos at the Star? Was your wedding theme blue and silver? Have you convinced your kids them is spelled with a D? If so, every game day feels like a vacation to you, so treat it like one. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Just like all of you, we at SeatGeek can't wait until we're back in the stands at full strength cheering on the Cowboys and singing along to our favorite songs again. We're using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier. Plus, every ticket purchased on SeatGeek is protected by our buyer guarantee, which means you'll get your money back or better if your event is canceled. Guaranteed. Download the SeatGeek app today, and when the time is right, let's go. SeatGeek.
Grab some OtterBox gear and get ready for Hanging with the Boys. From rugged venture coolers to tough as nails elevation tumblers, we've got what you need to keep your game day drinks frosty and your football feast ice cold. And with cases, screen protectors, and power accessories, you can defend your phone and stay connected to every play. Gear up at OtterBox.com and amp up the fun of every Cowboys game. That's OtterBox.com.
Dear, it's 1908. Don't you think we should get electricity?
And stop using candles to see at night.
It's just electricity lights up the room fast. It's more reliable than candles blowing out, and people seem to love it nationwide.
Well, candles are...
Dear, did you just run into the wall?
Nope. May I have a new candle, please?
Historically, switching to new technology is a no-brainer. Today, it's AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure, and nationwide. Switch to AT&T 5G. It's not complicated. 5G requires compatible plan. May not be in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. Hanging with the Boys, SWBC Mortgage Studio today. And I have once again lost the live read. You know what? We know what it all is. Don't pull your wedgies. Don't rub your crack in public. Go buy you some Tommy John. They got some loungewear pants to keep your snacks in. Don't spill cheese on your junk. Go get it. Get comfortable. Watch football. Buy you some Tommy John. DallasCowboys.com/Tommy John. All right. Did I do good?
You did good.
I did good? All right. We don't know if we can hear everybody. We had some difficulties in the break, so we'll find out here pretty soon. Cowboys, 49ers. I hear Kurt. He's laughing. I don't know if I hear Jesse. Chris is throwing his hands up in the air. We may just need to cancel the show. What do you think?
Don't do that, man. I ain't made but $5 to pay Jesse, so don't do that.
I don't know if anybody can hear me. But.
We hear you, Kurt.
We hear you, Kurt.
I can hear you, Kurt, but I can't hear anything else but you.
There we go. We got Jesse back.
Got Jesse, yeah.
All right. We'll struggle through this. All right.
Jesse might just be us on there. I'm not real sure what's going on.
Me either.
I have no clue what's going on, Kurt.
Hang on. Chris Beam is in here. Hang on. 1 second. Okay, hey, we're back.
Yeah, everybody.
Now I can hear Shannon.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Now we can hear
Is there a delay?
I got you guys now. Now we're good.
Yeah, we good,
Stop
man.
screwing up in the studio.
It's probably my fault.
You know, I mean, I don't even touch my computer when I come
Chris
in.
is looking at us like we're idiots.
I leave it for
He's looking at us like we're
Shannon.
idiots. We're going to have words with Chris after the show, but now you can hear us. We're back. All right. Kyle Shanahan said, there's a reason they've been playing good football lately. I see guys playing hard, and I see a defense that's playing very good right now with some good players. Is that just coach speak, Kurt wants to know, or do players on either side really pay attention to what other coaches say? Fans aren't buying it. What about players? They're not stupid, right?
No, they know they're playing bad. This is, you know, I never want to give a team bulletin board material, so I don't want to give them any edge. So I kind of stroke their ego, and I try to find all the small things I can say nice about their defense. Again, you can always tell when a coach has true admiration for his opponent, because they begin to detail things a little bit. They'll begin to talk more in depth about certain players and kind of really focus in on certain guys. When you give like an overall general statement, it's basically like, what I told my team in the meeting room was that these bums suck and we should gash them. But what I'm going to tell you guys in the media is that, man, they're playing really hard. It's the same thing I said before about when a coach is not trying to kind of air his own player out. He'll say things like, playing with really good energy, the kind of guy that we like, really good effort. When they don't begin to go into details, that's when you know that, oh, he's really invested, because they begin to go into details. This is nothing more than coach speak. This is nothing more than, I don't want to give them, I don't want to give a desperate dog any more ammunition. I want them to believe that they're not a bad defense. I want them to do all those kind of things. I don't want to give them extra motivation to prove whatever I'm saying wrong. In fact, read these press clippings and really feel good about yourself, and think what you did last week against Cincinnati will be good enough for us this week, because that's the mindset. If you come into the game with that mindset, then we're going to beat your brains in. That's nothing more than coach speak.
Man.
Nate, anything to add to that?
Yeah, you're right.
That's the gospel.
You're absolutely right.
That's the gospel.
All right. Cowboys, defense, 49ers.
I want to ask Jet. Hold on. I want to ask Jesse something. I want to go back.
Don't you ever tell me to hold on. You can say, sorry to interrupt, but don't you ever hold on me, Kurt.
You don't listen.
No,
You're
it's not
off
that.
in your own little world.
There's a delay
You're
on the show that Chris Beam is. I'm not cutting off because I can't hear you in real time.
You can't even get the studio working.
Because Chris Beam's in there looking at us like we're crazy and we're just talking into a microphone. I don't know what's going on, Kurt. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at Chris. He's got Scott. He's got his boss in there.
No.
Tell him about it. Scott, get Chris in line. Let's go. Let's get this thing where it's not a 12-second delay. Come on. Go ahead, Kurt.
Are you done?
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Jesse, you had said you thought Marvin Lewis would be a good defensive coordinator. I hope you don't mind me going back to this or not. But yesterday you were saying, you need a young guy. You need somebody who can relate more to the players. I would be concerned with bringing in another retread, so to speak, coach, older. Yeah, he's got some skins on the wall, but are players going to relate to that? Do they need somebody that's going to be a little more new tech, so to speak?
Yeah, I found myself between, being the gospel and being a hypocrite. And the only thing that I can kind of say to defend myself in that moment is that Marvin was just one of the first names that I thought about. The more I dig into it and look at more of the younger generation and what's more out there offer, I will bring more names to the table. But last night, as I was having my porcelain throne thinking moment, that was one of the names that first came to my mind about defensive coordinator. So that's why I brought it up today. So I am a hypocrite in some points and aspects of my life. But to your point, I do think there has to hold some merit that Marvin, I played for Marvin. And even back in 2007, 2008, the way that he was able to relate to players. And if you ask any of his former players, like Marvin was a guy who was very relatable, who was very, wasn't just all about the X's and O's, was a lot about the person. And I think that's how he got so much out of people, was because they know that he truly cared about him past the X's and O's. And I think him being at the college level the last couple years, because him and Herm Edwards, they've been football NFL lifers, right? And so I think with them going back to college, there had to be a level of adjustment, because you're not dealing with dudes who are making $8, $9, $12 million a year. You tell them to do an assignment, they go do an assignment. You're dealing with 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds who you got to stay on top of, and you yourself have to kind of keep yourself engaged to what's going on, whether that be technology-wise, whether that be lingo-wise, just so that you're able to keep up with that. And I also think that brings in Marvin knows, I can't do this by myself. I also need to bring in, if I'm going to be the DC, then my linebacker, lineman coach, DB coach, they also need to have a younger energy, so that where there's a gap between me and them, they make up that slack. My assistants make up that slack in, whether that be a DB coach or linebacker coach or safeties coach or whoever coach, that there is this line of, all right, we're all in line, and I'm at the top at the DC, but the guy underneath me as well are helping me relate as I'm learning more and more how to relate to this younger generation.
You think the Cowboys have had that this year with their defense? Because obviously Mike Nolan is pretty old school, it seems. Do they have assistants?
I think the Cowboys need better players. Like, yes, the Cowboys need a new coach, but the Cowboys need to cleanse themselves of some of these bad players. They really do. They really do need to cleanse themselves of some of these bad players. And again, Mike McCarthy, he hired Mike Nolan, so yes. But Mike Nolan, as well as some of these bad players on this team, and they are. These, again, we watched it time and time again, these guys not tackling, these guys missing their assignments. Like, that has nothing to do with relatability. That has nothing to do with that. That has everything to do with how much time you're actually putting in on your craft, on what you want to do. And I think these guys are more interested in their brand and look at me and my jersey sales and my everything else. The separation shouldn't be. It should be all football. And then in the offseason, I worry about the other stuff. I think they worry about too much stuff happening right now. You got to cleanse some of that stuff out of the system and get some new blood in here.
Nate, we did a little show last night called Crosstalk. We had a very special guest, Super Bowl 30 MVP Larry Brown, affectionately known as LB to you. What did both of you say about players last night?
They need them. They need them terribly. They need them terribly, man. You can bring in the 85 Bears defensive coordinator. I mean, until you get some players, bro. Jack Del Rio is a retread of retreads of retreads. I played with Jack Del Rio. He is retread central. But he got 4 horses up front with a closer called Kerrigan in Washington, and they ain't having no problems.
Yeah, and I think the question, the way we got to that was we're talking about the year-long debate. Is it scheme? Is it the players? And you and Larry both said, you got to get better guys in here at certain positions. Like, you got to get players in here. But the reality is, and we talked about this, you can't turn the whole roster over, right?
You can't.
So how do you deal with that? You got to get players. How do you bring guys in but then keep certain guys? You got to make a change. You got to change the culture, but you can't just purge the whole team. What do they do in the offseason?
They just go out and find the best players, possible. This problem I think the Cowboys have, and I know we're supposed to be talking about the 49ers, but this ain't about the 49ers. It's about the Cowboys. First and foremost, you settle your quarterback position. That you take care of that. Whether you want him or not, whether you're going to play games with the draft or not, you take care of your quarterback position. Once you take care of your quarterback position, then you start trying to find ways to help your defense, whether it's through free agency. And see, as a fan only, I'm saying you should not be allowed to tell us you can't go out and get a good guy to help your defense. Because we here who work here say, well, the first 2 weeks the Cowboys not going to do nothing. Well, this is a dire situation. So you're not allowed as a fan to say we're not going to find some players and we're not going to pay decent money for decent players. Number two is, and I believe in Bucky Brooks, and I believe in what he's saying. I believe in what young Yeoman is saying. The draft is whacked as far as for what the Cowboys need. It's not nothing there that, unless you go out and find that special player, you say, oh, okay, we found a diamond in the rough. So you got to find a way to manipulate this thing. And it's going to come back to what Jesse's been saying for the last couple of years. We're going to have to find ways offensively until this defense catch up, which is I don't know when, to control the time of possession while scoring. The 49ers had it perfect last year.
And the thing is that we look at Washington, right, and we're going, golly, look at those dogs. And we look at a healthy 49 team, we're going, golly, look at those dogs.
Right.
And here's the thing. We don't need what Washington has.
Thank you.
We don't need what the Niners had when they're healthy. We don't actually need that.
We need just one or two.
We need a halfway. We just need a halfway decent defense. We just need somebody and some players that's going to give us effort and alignment. Like, we don't need the 85 Bears. We don't need the 2000 Ravens. We don't need any of those type of teams. Those are nice and those are great. We have an offense that is potent enough to go out and score 30, 35 plus points. We just need a defense that don't give up 36.
That's
it. Like when we're talking about building a defense.
I tell you what.
Yeah. Mediocre defense would do it.
I tell you what. Go ahead on, Jess. I tell you what. I'm gonna tell you the guys we need. We don't need it. We don't need a defense that's going to be, Fred Warner at middle linebacker, and we had just that one dude that came from Ohio State that was hurt, that got hurt for them this year.
Bosa.
Bosa. If we just had Bosa and Fred Warner, you're looking at a totally different defense.
That's it. That's all you need.
That's all. I'm telling you. You looking at a totally different defense. I'll do even better.
Give me Blake Martinez. Give me Blake Martinez from the Giants, who was in Green Bay at one point in time.
Yeah.
Give me that tackling machine.
Yeah.
Give me guys like that. Give me you talking about
the kid that left and went to
development.
You talking about the kid that went to Kansas City? Remember Hitchens? You need players that do their job. Is what we're trying to say. You need players that do
look at
their
Washington,
job.
right? A guy like the Holcomb kid, a Holcomb kid in Washington, right? He was an undrafted guy, but he's one of the best tacklers. He's one of the best tacklers. Is not fancy, is not pretty. He'll have about 4 or 5 sacks on the year. He'll have 89 tackles, but he'll be in position to do his job consistently every single time. The problem with us is we have too many guys on defense who mess up too many times in big, key, critical situations. We don't have to have Pro Bowlers all across the board. Those are nice, and we have players on our team. I think once you get a guy like Randy Gregory and Alden Smith, I think once those guys now get a off season back underneath their belts, they're going to probably be back to some sort of or close to Pro Bowl level. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be at Pro Bowl level. So you got guys like that already on your team. The development of Diggs, you keep allowing him to grow and to build. I'm not saying he's going to be a Pro Bowler, but you can be a damn good corner, right? Now you add a piece here and you add a piece there. You don't have to have the 85 Bears. I just can't get our tails kicked every single week. I just don't want us giving up 300 yards to a dude off the bench. I don't want us being just totally dominated for 4 quarters because we can't stop the run or teams get to do what like that's it. That's it. Because once we get once we get our quarterback back, and we don't even have to have it. It's very clear that we don't even have to have an all-star offensive line anymore. I think those days are kind of past us already, right? I think once we get our quarterback back and a healthy, just a rotation of guys offensively, we can score with anybody. We can score with anybody. I just need the defense to be okay. Be middle of the road. Be ranked somewhere 12, 13, 15, 16. Don't be 32nd in everything. Don't look up and you 32nd in this and you 32nd in this and you 32nd in this. Because like now you put so much onus and pressure on the offense to be perfect that they have zero room for error. And with our explosive offense, anytime you have an explosive offense, there's going to be error every now and again. But we should be comfortable enough to say, you know what? Punt it. Our defense will be able to do good enough to get the ball back for us or maybe get a stop. I'm not saying you got to be, shut down, no-fly zone, none of that kind of, the purple people eaters or the steel curtain. No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying don't be boo-boo. All right, don't be tissue paper after Nate has had Taco Bell.
Okay, Jesse.
Don't be that.
Okay, Jesse. Okay,
don't be that.
This is a show.
And we'll be okay.
This is a
show. Be like the Jeffersons and move up.
Move on up. This is a show of firsts. We do a lot of things for the first time on here. We usually call them out. This is the first time I can recall Jesse getting so worked up and so passionate that he actually ran out of breath in the middle of a point he was trying to make.
And wanted to bring me in and my rear end.
And had to take a deep breath and suck it in and go.
Let me bring in Nate's rear end.
And then continued to ramp it up and still kept going. Man. All right, we got to take our last break. When we come back,
make sure it's good toilet paper. I'm taking it from everywhere.
About 8 minutes to talk 49ers, Cowboys. The last segment is yours. When we come back, Kurt
like
Daniels
that John Wayne toilet
on
paper.
Hanging with the Boys.
Like that rough and ready, man.
Just like all of you, we at SeatGeek can't wait until we're back in the stands at full strength cheering on the Cowboys and singing along to our favorite songs again. We're using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier. Plus, every ticket purchased on SeatGeek is protected by our buyer guarantee, which means you'll get your money back or better if your event is canceled. Guaranteed. Download the SeatGeek app today, and when the time is right, let's go. SeatGeek.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Grab some OtterBox gear and get ready for Hanging with the Boys. From rugged venture coolers to tough as nails elevation tumblers, we've got what you need to keep your game day drinks frosty and your football feast ice cold. And with cases, screen protectors, and power accessories, you can defend your phone and stay connected to every play. Gear up at OtterBox.com and amp up the fun of every Cowboys game. That's OtterBox.com.
Dear, it's 1908. Don't you think we should get electricity?
And stop using candles to see at night.
It's just electricity lights up the room fast. It's more reliable than candles blowing out, and people seem to love it nationwide.
Well, candles are...
Dear, did you just run into the wall?
Nope. May I have a new candle, please?
Historically, switching to new technology is a no-brainer. Today, it's AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure, and nationwide. Switch to AT&T 5G. It's not complicated. 5G requires compatible plan. May not be in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Okay.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. Give the gift of the Cowboys this holiday season with a membership to Dallas Cowboys United presented by Globe Life. For a limited time, get a commemorative established 1960 lapel pin with your fan pack. Membership starts at just $20. Visit DallasCowboys.com/United. Join today. Just a heads up, after this, Nate and I, Kurt, you and Jesse are more than welcome to join if you want to. If not, we totally understand. It's last minute. We just found out a little while ago we will be interviewing Michael Gallup for tomorrow's show. So if you guys can jump in, that's great.
Nice.
Jesse, I know you're big time and you probably won't want to do it. And Kurt, you're more than welcome to do it. So
we ain't gonna talk for 22 minutes.
Past this show. I'm good.
we ain't talking 22 minutes, Kurt.
It'll be 15 minutes. We'll respect his time. So but you're more than welcome to join. So hopefully we'll have
all I'm
him
saying
on the
is
show
every
tomorrow.
player that you guys talk to has had a bad game after this.
Well, don't tell Michael that, and don't let that get out, because we got a few more of these to do before the end of the year. So,
especially if Kurt talked to him. If Kurt talked to him, bad things happen, man.
You guys didn't even listen to the interview. It was a good interview.
Was it?
Yeah, but the player was confused.
All right, Kurt, we got a few minutes.
Yeah.
Got a few minutes. We got about 6 minutes left. Let's talk at least a little Cowboys 49ers before we get into Friday's show. So you got a few points there. Take it away.
Yeah, my buddy Michael's tuning in, and he's a big 49ers fan, unfortunately. I try not to hold that against him, but he's wondering, just in time for the Cowboys, of course, the 49ers might get Greg Kittle back, which is the worst news for the Cowboys possibly. But how much can he change this game? What kind of a player is he going to be, and how can they possibly slow this guy down if he does play?
Who can cover him?
Who's supposed to cover him?
The safeties and linebackers.
Who's on first?
Linebackers supposed to cover him? Safeties? No. Well, I was looking this year. The let's see, linebackers. What's that stat? Their opponents are completing 78% of their passes to tight ends this year at 9.4 yards per catch. That's not terrible, is it? I mean,
that's
considering
bad.
The best linebackers.
That's almost a first down every time they touch them balls, man.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, all you got to do is on first down get 1.5 yards. Your tight end for to get you a first. So, hey, the thing that the Cowboys have to do, man, is turn the ball over. That's their saving grace. They have to continue to remember to tackle and turn the ball over. That is going to be their saving grace, because they 70% of the time when they're running their offense, run or pass, they are motioning somewhere on their offense. They are moving people 78% of the time. So what confuses the Dallas Cowboys linebackers and secondary is motion. So, and they running backs can get downhill in a hurry. They running backs can they run an outside zone game, but they running backs can turn north and south in a hurry. So, and Kittle's is physical. He do not run away from competition. He love it, man. If Jalen want to talk, he gonna talk with him. If Leighton want to howl, he gonna howl louder. So everything you want to do, Kittle is down with it. And then he can out-finesse you, and he definitely can outrun you.
This may be the first time this year that the Cowboys are facing a team who uses a fullback pretty regularly. That Kyle Juszczyk.
Oh, he's nice.
Not sure he pronounced his last name. I mean, he's in on 41% of the snaps, and he's pretty active in the passing game. How does that change things up for the Cowboys? Is it?
No, things stay pretty much the same. Confusion. I'm just being honest. Things stay pretty much the same. It's going to be confusing.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I mean, I'm not trying to be the gospel here. I'm just trying to talk with reasoning.
Yeah. All right.
Look at him. Look, he's sitting right. Look at Jesse. Is he saying anything?
Because Nick Mullins is a bad quarterback.
B-A-D bad.
And so they're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to run the ball a lot. And then when they can't run the ball, they're going to find ways to get Juszczyk, the fullback, and Greg Kittle, the tight end, in matchups against guys who cannot cover them. Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch. And a lot of the routes that George Kittle runs, he runs those deep overs, those dig routes, those option routes. And if you think for 1 second you're going to arm tackle George Kittle, who's been out for the last couple weeks and got some fresh legs, and who is a energy guy, you're sadly mistaking yourself. And you're going to find yourself in a world of trouble if you think you're not going to bring the full house to tackle a guy like George Kittle. That's the best thing that could have happened to the Niners team, because now when they can't run the ball for whatever reason, maybe the guy missed a block and now it's 3rd and 8. Look for George Kittle to be there for Mullins to convert the first down. When I saw that George Kittle was playing, it crushed my soul a little bit because I was like, we have no one or anyone that can stop him.
Crushed your soul.
Before we get out of here, time is almost up. Jesse, one more time. How can people help Holly's Helping Hands?
You can go to my Twitter at Mr. Fourth and Long, the number 4, 4THANDLONG at Mr. Fourth and Long. The link is in my bio. It's also in the pinned tweet that is up there. It's PayPal, Nate. That's just how we do things, in
Okay, I see you say, I see it. I see it right here.
If anything helps, I promise you, and these guys are going to experience that tonight. When we're shopping, you'll be like, man, I didn't know I can get this, and this. And we work with Old Navy at Grapevine Mills Mall. They do a tremendous job with helping us out with that. If you don't have Twitter, you can email me at Holleys, HOLLEYS, helpinghands@gmail.com. Holleys Helping Hands, HANDS, at the end of Holly, at the end of hands, @gmail.com. Holly's Helping Hand @gmail.com. I can shoot you the link, and you can donate that way. If there's some people that's in the DFW area, we can always use about another 1 or 2 volunteers. We got 36 kids to shop for tonight. That's a lot of kids.
Well, why you never shop me the link?
And stuff tonight.
And I'm reading here, say, Holly's Helping Hands need your help. Any amount will do. $200, $300, $400, $500.
Yes. That's specifically for rich guys like you, Dion, all you rich guys, all you rich fellas.
Hey Jesse, times are tough right now for a lot of people, but if somebody's just wanting to participate and just give back a little bit, what's the minimum amount that they can give?
$5, $10, $20.
$5.
Yeah, $5 right here.
I've had people give $5, $10, and I promise you, when you get enough $5 and you put them $5 in a pot, you can buy something. I promise you. Whether it be socks, underwear, shirts, jeans, you can buy something, and we can make it go a very long way.
All right, awesome. Well, we're going to go tonight to keep Jesse straight, to make sure that your hard-earned money that you are donating is spent properly and in the right way. We're going to keep Jesse in check. So, no, great thing you're doing, Jesse. Can't wait to be a part of it tonight. We'll report back on it tomorrow on the show. Hopefully we'll have I'm
going to get Shannon to help me.
An interview. I'm going to help you. You need help. You need help in more than one way, but I'll do what I can. Hopefully we have
that's what everybody said when I was a kid. And look where I'm at and look where you're at. Nah.
Hopefully we have an MG Michael Gallup 13 interview tomorrow that won't be 22 minutes long.
God,
Tune in to see where we land on that. Guys, it has been great.
You were better when we were little, but now I am better.
See everybody else tomorrow on Hanging with the Boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?